right, class, today we're going to learn about how to annotate. All right, this is our annotation lesson. All right, so quickly, what are annotations? So how we use them. After reading and discussing an article, students will be able to ask questions, track information, respond to text to enhance reading comprehension skills. So within our annotations, we are building reading comprehension skills, and we're practicing how to write out our thoughts. All right, here are some of the words that we're going to go over. Don't worry, you'll be able to write them down as we look at them. First one, annotation. It's when a reader questions a comment about a text written directly on the text. All right, so we have certain places that we can put them. We can put them in our margins, on a separate sheet of paper, or on the top or bottom of our reading. When you evaluate, so evaluation is a judgment or a decision. Okay, so we're going to think about, what do you think about this sentence? So we are evaluating the sentence. We are figuring out what each sentence means, or certain sentences mean, to help us understand the story, okay? We're going to evaluate by writing down in pencil and highlighting in green. Next, inference. It's an idea formed by combining textual evidence in your own reasoning and background information, okay? This is an educated guess. These are guesses about different sentences and trying to understand why and what author is saying. We're going to write our response in pencil and highlight these also in green, okay? So evaluation and inferences are going to be the same color. We'll talk about our example sentences at the end, and we're going to practice later. Questions. When you ask the questions, to ask about a confusing passage or unfamiliar word. The goal is to highlight this as you're reading and come back into it later, so then we can answer what the word meant or what the author was trying to say. After you read around, you might find context clues to help you understand that part of the story. We're going to highlight this in pink. Again, we're going to go over the example sentences at the end. Respond. To connect a text to one's own personal experience, idea, or prior knowledge. When we respond, the idea is to think about what you're reading and try to connect it to yourself to help you memorize and maybe understand what the author is saying or what the characters are going through, okay? Understand the settings, understanding what is the conflict, okay? How do you relate to the character's situation or their setting, okay? With our responses, we're going to put them in blue. So again, we're changing up the colors. Some colors are connected, some colors are not. It's based on your preferences. Track. When you track, is to trace the development of the idea or events or ideas within a text. So we are going to say, all right, this is happening here. So when we come back, because we always reread, when we come back, we'll know exactly when a certain part of the story happened, so maybe we can understand it better, okay? So mark what is happening in this section of the story. We're going to highlight this in yellow. Now it's your turn to evaluate, inference, question, respond, and track the information I provide you guys on the papers for your assignments. Okay, you're going to form your groups, and you're going to use your highlighters, and of course bring out your pencils and evaluate what the author is trying to tell us in the assignment I presented. Please use the audio version for reading if you feel that you need that. You also can read in your groups, do our pass along reading, and take your time on this assignment. We'll come back together and we'll look at the different evaluations, the inferences, questions, response, and tracking that you guys did on your annotation assignment.